So in 2016, law was passed that allowed for a Camp Lejeune Presumptive Condition Act. And what a presumptive is where the veteran meets certain criteria of where he served and when he served, and if that veteran has a certain medical condition later in time, that medical condition will have been presumed to be caused by the military. It's very powerful. So you're getting over the hurdle of causation, which is the hardest thing for these veterans to prove. If you recall, in order to win a case for service connection, you need to show some type of link between active duty and your current medical condition. And that's often very difficult to overcome, especially when 30 to 50 years have passed since active duty. So that causation, it becomes an undue burden for attorneys and claimants alike to prove. And there's a certain point in time where testimony and written affidavits just don't get you what you need. So this presumption for the Camp Lejeune specifically is where a veteran served from 1953 to 1987. Any point during that time, if that veteran served 30 days or more at Camp Lejeune, it doesn't have to be consecutive, and this is really interesting, and I'll get to that in a second, but 30 days or more at Camp Lejeune from 1953 to 1987, and if they have one of the expressly listed conditions, which includes bladder cancer, kidney and renal cancer, and different anemias and different cancers, really, systemic conditions. And even if you don't have one on this list, you can certainly claim it, but if you have one of the expressly listed conditions, the VA will presume that your 30 days or more at Camp Lejeune caused that medical condition, and you will be awarded service connection for these chronic systemic conditions that are debilitating. So one very unique component of the Camp Lejeune laws, of the presumption laws, is that it's one of the first times Congress extended VA benefits to reservists and drilling guardsmen and national guardsmen and reservists. They extended benefits for their drill weekends. Usually a reservist needs something known as a line of duty statement in order to prove they're injured on what's called weekend warrior training. But in this instance, a reservist could take the totality of all of the weekend warrior trainings that they do. As a veteran, I call it weekend warrior training because I did serve in the reserves. But they take the totality of the weekend training they do with their National Guard Reserve unit, and if those days total 30 days or more, not consecutively, but cumulatively, if those days total 30 days or more, and it was from 1953 to 1987, and they have one of those medical conditions, they will be service connected for one of those listed conditions. And so there again, it's a very powerful legal presumption. It's a very powerful act that grants service connection if certain parameters are met. The where is Camp Lejeune, and the when is 1953 to 1987, and the what is one of those listed conditions that if you have this condition and you serve during that time, then you will be service connected. And there's 5 or 10 other military bases around the country that Congress is considering adding different types of presumptions. Every year there's quite a lobby in this regard. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But Camp Lejeune's seen a lot of Marines and Navy personnel over the years serve there, and sometimes Army personnel and Coast Guard personnel and Air Force personnel find themselves at Camp Lejeune, but typically it's going to be for Marines and Navy personnel.